Good day everyone, I am Nabiha and let's start off with introduction, which is the introduction to the market and market analysis for Touch and Go e-wallet expansion in the Philippines. In today's digital economy, international expansion has become increasingly important, especially for fintech companies. The NG e-wallet, the leading Malaysian digital payment platform, is a suitable company for expansion due to its technological capabilities and experience in promoting cashless transaction. The Philippines is chosen as the target market because of its large population, increasing smartphone usage, and government support for digital financial services. However, the differences in economic conditions, political regulation, and cultural norms may affect the adoption of digital payment services. Therefore, this section analyzes the Philippines market for environment. First, in terms of company background, TNG e-wallet is operated by TNG Digital Sdn Berhad. It has evolved from a toll payment system into a comprehensive digital wallet offering services such as QR payment, bill payments, fund transfer, and financial products. Its experience in highly regulated environment provides a strong foundation for international expansion. Next, let's look for the economic environment. The Philippines is one of the fastest growing economies in Southeast Asia. Despite its growth, a large portion of the population remain unbanked or underbanked. This creates a strong demand for alternative financial solutions such as e-wallets. In addition, the country receives significant income from overseas Filipino workers, making digital payment solutions highly relevant. In terms of political and legal environment, the fintech industry is regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Philippines. The government actively promotes digital payment through initiatives such as the National Retail Payment System. Though, foreign fintech companies must comply with strict regulation and data protection law, the policy help customers build trust. From a cultural and social perspective, Filipinos are heavy users of smartphone and digital platforms. They are generally open to new technologies, and trust and security are the key factors of influencing adoption. Localization and partnership with reputable institutions are important to gain customer confidence. Regarding the technological environment, smartphone penetration and improved digital infrastructure support the growth of e-wallet services. However, cybersecurity and system reliability remain critical concerns. Finally, in terms of financial inclusion, many Filipinos lack access to traditional banking services. Digital wallet play an important role by providing accessible financial services with mobile devices and supporting cashless transactions. In conclusion, the Philippine market shows a strong potential for TNG e-wallet due to the favorable economic conditions, digital readiness, and financial inclusion needs. That's all for introduction.
Hi everyone, today I will be presenting the key opportunities and threats related to the potential expansion of Touch and Go e-wallet into the Philippine market. So the Philippines represents an attractive market due to the rapid growth of its digital economy. The increasing adoption of smartphones and mobile-based transactions has created strong demand for digital payment solutions. This provides Touch and Go with an opportunity to enter a market that is already receptive to cashless and QR-based payment systems. So another major opportunity lies to the high volume of remittances received by the Philippines. So with a large number of overseas Filipino workers, including many based in Malaysia, Touch and Go is well positioned to offer low cost and efficient cross-border remittance services. This allows the company to leverage its existing regional presence and fintech capabilities. In addition, government policies in the Philippines actively support digital payments and financial inclusion. These initiatives reduce entry barriers and create a favorable regulatory environment for fintech innovation. Furthermore, although mobile penetration is high, banking penetration remains relatively low, creating an underserved market that digital wallets can effectively serve. However, several significant threats must also be considered. The Philippine e-wallet market is highly competitive, with strong local players such as GCash and Maya dominating market share. This creates challenges related to market saturation and brand loyalty. Touch and Go would also face strict regulatory and compliance requirements, including licensing, data protection, and anti-money laundering regulations. Cybersecurity risks and uneven digital infrastructure in rural areas further increase operational risk. In conclusion, while the Philippine market presents strong opportunities for growth, Touch 'n Go must carefully manage competitive, regulatory, and technological threats to ensure successful market entry. Thank you.
3.0 Strategy Entry Mode. Strategy Entry Mode determines how a company enters a foreign market. It affects level of control, risk exposure, investment cost, and speed of entry. Selecting the right entry mode is critical in the fintech industry. For Touch 'n Go e-wallet, choosing an appropriate entry mode is essential to ensure regulatory compliance, market acceptance, and long-term sustainability in the Philippine market. 3.2 Evaluation of alternative entry mode. Several entry modes were evaluated before selection. Export, licensing, franchising, and full ownership were considered. Most options carry high regulatory or operational risk for fintech. 3.3 Proposed entry mode. International joint venture. Partnership with a local firm. Share risk, cost, and expertise. Touch 'n Go retains control of technology and brand. 3.4 Justification for joint venture. First, it is easier compliance with BSP regulation, access to local market knowledge, and faster market entry using existing network. 3.5 Partner selection. Commercial banks, telecom companies, or local fintech firms. Partners must be financially stable and licensed. Strong strategy and operational fit required. 3.6 Ownership and governance structure. Equity-based partnership, example 50-50 or 60-40. Touch 'n Go control core system and security. Local partners manage operations and compliance. 3.7 Long-term strategic consideration. Option to increase ownership in the future. Potential move to wholly owned subsidiary. Platform for expansion into Southeast Asia.
I'm Nurul Hazika. Today I will present the ethical consideration for Touch 'n Go expansion into the Philippine market in the fintech sector. Ethical responsibility is crucial for building trust, ensure transparency, and achieving long-term business success. Key ethical considerations. One major concern is data privacy and cybersecurity. Touch 'n Go handles sensitive financial and personal data. In the Philippines, the Data Privacy Act requires lawful and secure processing. Beyond compliance, the company must invest in encryption and system monitoring to protect users and maintain public trust. Another critical issue is financial inclusion. Many Filipinos remain unbanked, especially in rural areas. Touch 'n Go must provide affordable, accessible, and user-friendly service to avoid widening economic disparities. Closely linked is responsible innovation. Aggressive promotion of poorly regulated digital credit could harm vulnerable users. Ethical innovation requires transparent fee, spending control, and financial education to ensure long-term consumer welfare. Next, compliant competition and culture. Regulatory compliance and anti-corruption are essential. Emerging market face governance challenge, and foreign firms may feel pressure to engage in ethical practices. Touch 'n Go must adopt a zero-tolerance policy for corruption and implement strong compliance system. Fair competition is also important. Competition ethically with local players like Gcash and Maya ensure industry sustainability. Finally, culture sensitivity matters. The Philippines is diverse with strong family and religious value. Touch 'n Go must localize marketing, service delivery, and user interface to build trust and loyalty. In conclusion, Touch 'n Go faces ethical challenges in data privacy, financial inclusion, responsible innovation, regulatory compliance, fair competition, and culture sensitivity. By embedding ethics, into its expansion strategy, Touch and Go can achieve sustainable growth, build stakeholder trust, and positively contribute to the Philippines' socio-economic development. Thank you for your attention.
So hi everyone, for this final part, I will be presenting for section 5, which is conclusion and recommendations for the expansion of Touch and Go e-wallet into the Philippine market. So for in conclusion, Touch and Go e-wallets has reached a strong level of maturity in the Malaysian market, supported by high user adoption and widespread usage. Trans- across transportation, retail, and e-commerce sectors. So this shows that the company has a solid operational base and sufficient experience to consider international expansion. So expanding internationally is also a strategic move to remain competitive in the global fintech industry. So the Philippines was selected as a target market due to its high smartphone usage, rapid growth, and in digital payments, so and large American population, and it making it a suitable and strategic market for e-wallet services. So however, despite the strong growth potential, the Philippines market is highly competitive and dominated by established local players. So there are also challenges related to regulatory compliance, cyber security, and also technological infrastructure. So this highlight the importance of entering the market with a well-planned strategy. So the analysis suggests that a solo market entry is not suitable. Instead, a strategic partnership or joint ventures with local players, supported by a phased entry approach, and are more effective in reducing risk and ensuring long-term sustainability. So ethical considerations such as data security, user privacy, financial inclusion, and transparency are also essential for a long-term success. So for the recommendation, based on these findings, several key recommendations are proposed. So Touch and Go e-wallet should adopt a gradual market entry strategy uh, through um through partnership with local institutions. So the company should focus on differentiation such as cross-border payment service and incentive-based marketing strategies. So a strong emphasis should also be placed on technology, cybersecurity, risk management, and ethical practices supported by local talent development and good corporate governance.